everybody, it's me, Beth. I am in the bungalow, and yeah, so I'm still here. And first, I want to say to all of my subscribers, thank you for watching. Thank you for not unsubscribing, or thank you for subscribing anew. And maybe this is the first time you're seeing me. Anyways, I want to say hi to those people too. Subscribers and old and new. Yeah. And then let's talk about viewers. That's everybody, every one of you. So, hey to everybody. This is me. I'm Beth. It's been a while, and I got a few things to catch everybody up on. So, let's go. All right, hey, so it's me, Beth, still in the bungalow, still here. Been a little depressed, been a lot of depressed. Yeah, that's better. A lot of depressed works. But it's not the depression that I was used to, which is kind of what's throwing me off. But I do want to catch up on some things. Writing and books. So one of the first things that actually brought me to having a YouTube channel was writing. And that is something I started to do a lot more when the pandemic hit. And it's something that brought me joy, and it's something that had always brought me joy, but I hadn't had the support or the encouragement to do anything with it. So I just sat on it and did nothing. So yeah, lately I haven't been writing. Actually, lately I have been writing, but lately I wasn't writing. And that's one of the things I do miss is my writing group. I had a Monday writing group, and I miss them. It's just a turbulent time in the morning, to even think about considering stepping back and not keeping my mind or my awareness open to the situation if you've ever gotten a toddler ready for school. So it's just not a situation I can kind of plug in right now. But I could sign in after I drop off the kiddos at school, and the best parts will be over, but at least there are people there who know what you do and that know about you, know you exist. You're kind of in a world, and if you're typing away, writing away, and you're like, hey, I want to, you know what, I go off. So let's say that the writing groups, I missed that in the writing. And my books, let's go to my books now, okay? So my books, so 2020 Stronger, Happier will become 2020 Stronger, 2021 Happier. See what I did there? And potentially 2022, I don't know. Because you know what? I want to be a trilogy. Yep. So there we go. We got 2020, where I become happier within myself, within blah, 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 blah. Then we got 2021. Wait, that was Stronger. I become stronger within myself. See? I got to write it down, because if not, my mind... That's why we write things down. Anyway, so that's what's going to become. I'm going to be a trilogy. 2020 Stronger, Happier will become 2020 Stronger, 2021 Happier, and 2022, we'll find out later. So that's what the memoir has become. A beginner's guide to journaling is, it's going to become a program, I think. That's one of the things I've gone back and forth. I've sent my manuscript off to an editor. It's come back. I've looked at it. It's not horrible. I'm all right with it. I just haven't gotten back into the edits. And that's I paid all the money to edit it, and now I'm going to go back. And I can't stop thinking about journaling, right? This is kind of what my thing has been. I've been journaling. I have a little composition, and it's become a daily what have you. So, and it's really helped me. And I think what I'm doing in there can be adapted to other people. So I'm going to try to turn my beginner's guide into journaling into a program. The details are coming out. And my next challenge, I got a challenge on the way, which you'll hear about in a little bit. It's going to be fun, I think. I'm a nerd, but I'm excited for it. All right, my anxiety series. So that's something that I'm really scared to start, because if I start it, it's something that I'm not going to put it on hold. If I start something as big as anxiety, in my opinion, something that people kind of rely on you to, and they kind of want to keep I need to be a stable, reliable source, right? People who will, I want to keep on producing in that genre before I start. Because if someone identifies with me and clicks with me, and I'm not able to continue providing support for that person because I'm not right up here, that's one of my fears, right? I want to be able to have the time to be able to continue that thing. So which brings me to my next order of business, is my full-time job. As of right now, I am still, let's see here. As of right now, I'm exactly where I was on September 7th, where I didn't know if I was going to have a job or not. Kind of, not exactly. I mean, the story has gone up and down, but I'm still, the steady is, I still don't have any full-time job, really. So, my global family-oriented company, whom I've considered to have caused or escalated or triggered my mental condition, and I've told them as much. They don't seem to have any remote opportunities for me to support my recovery through September 2022. I have been requested to come up with accommodations on how I can return to the office. However, nothing has been mentioned on the concerns that I've put out there. So we continue to go back and forth. My doctor and my therapist, my psychiatrist and my therapist, have no interest in me returning to the very unchanged place that drew me to this state of condition. I have submitted as much to my company on Friday the 30th, which was last month. And I guess something has happened since then. I did receive some information back, and we're going, it's a tough spot, and I'm not here to air dirty laundry. But my disabilities were extended through the end of Thanksgiving, and recovery is going. I'm gonna get choked up because recovery is going well. It's actually kind of funny because I do want to support the supply chain. It's kind of crazy. I'll watch the news, or I'm very current events and I'll watch the news and the supply chain, and almost exactly what I do with the ocean containers and the port congestion. I look at this and it's ridiculous. I look at it and it's like a soldier watching the war go by and not being able to help. And it's so confusing. So yeah, that's where that full-time job is. I'll get there. We'll get there. I'll see what I'm doing. But still waiting on the full, and that's kind of where the depression lies. I need a stable existence, right? I like a schedule, and I really have to watch not turning into Rain Man because I am kind of starting that meticulous of a schedule. Anyways, moving on from the full-time schedule. So that's where that's at. I'm trying to maneuver through that still. Fasting. Right now, I am maintaining, and that's okay. I'm still at about 38 to 40 pounds total lost. And right now, I know I'm kind of gaining and losing the same weight. It's not fat. It's more like water and I could say fluids because that just sounds gross though. So it's more like water and toxins and whatever we filter out and filter through. So I'm still, it's kind of wild. I know when I'm starting to gain the fat and when it's just kind of water retention, and I can feel in my my joints. I can feel like in my joints and stuff. But I'm really lifestyling it, that's what I call it. I'm really lifestyling it right now. I'm eating sugar, Halloween candy, and I've been drinking alcohol at least 3 or 4 occasions in the last 2 or 3 months. So I'm not really trying hard to lose. I'm not trying hard to lose. I think I'm too happy to maintain right now. You know, my clothes fit. I feel good. My husband is attracted to me. I still get those stares from the curvy loving people who, whatever, they're still, so I'm me, right? And I'm happy with me right now. I still desire to be a little bit healthier. But I'm still going to eat Thanksgiving. I'm still going to go out for Christmas and New Year's. I'm going to drink alcohol. I'm going to eat the sugar. I probably will not eat, or I probably won't drink the alcohol, but on 3 occasions. I'll probably do Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. But sugar, I do all the sugar I want right now. I've been eating all the sugar in my window. I'm kind of what they call insulin resistant. It takes me a long time to process through sugar and alcohol. Alcohol seems to be the worst. So some of these are, warning, side effects, gross. TMI, too much information. I'm just going to read this because I don't want to go off on a tangent. So if you don't want to hear about, it's not really that gross, but whatever. You've been warned. So I always have to pee right now. So the maintaining is always like the constant of the water, right? You get water, you hold on to it, then so I always have to pee. So yeah, this is how I maintain and still eat what the hell I want. I am no scholar, but I read and trust the right sources, the right resources. Basically, the times between my eating windows, right? So I either have 1 meal or 4 hours, and lately it's been 4 hours of trying to cram as much food in my mouth as possible. Anyway, so the time between my eating windows, I pee like a lot. Also, I can't digest and what was I doing there? Also, I can't digest and intake at the same time. I think what I meant to say there is like when I'm intaking food, I can't expel energy. So like I can't of course I have to use energy, but I can't use the stuff I'm intaking, right? It's kind of like it made sense to me at the time. I'm just going to move on. It basically takes a long time for me to digest food. Done. Dumping syndrome. This is the gross part. So I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to put a link down below from the Mayo Clinic. And the hardest part of this is the hardest part is dumping syndrome. Sugar dumping is what I call it, and it's real. And typically doesn't go away. And for me, it goes away once I get back on that. Once I stop eating sugar, it goes away. Or I go on OMAD, like 1 meal a day. But then that takes still quite a few weeks to eliminate the dumping syndrome. So I'm going to put the link down there. I'm not going to go into it. All right, I guess was that the gross part? The hardest part of fasting is watching others lose weight and continue to count calories. Oh, so hard. So hard to listen or watch people lose weight and count calories and do so many different things. Whatever works for you, works for you. Whatever doesn't work for you, doesn't work for you. But what I just really want to say sometimes is, hey, once it stops working, if you've lost like 30, 40, 50 pounds and you're gaining, just stop what you're doing and put yourself on a 8-hour eating window. 12 to 8. You can do that. Like 8 hours. Just give your body time to go through all that food, digest all that food, and filter out those toxins. Moving on, get yourself a vibration plate. You're supposed to start at like 8 to 10 minutes a day, or every day you do it. I think it's 3 times a day. You're not supposed to do it every day because it's still your muscles tearing and they still have to heal. I'm a little bit more resilient than most, I think. So I started off at 15 minutes and I just stood there and like flexed and, or just stood there and just kind of felt it out or whatever, because it was the first time I was doing it. Let me tell you, I was going upstairs, you know, I was like, oh, my legs, because I do it in the basement. And I was going upstairs to check on my girls, because it was the morning. I had to wake them up. And I started to go back downstairs. I almost fell down the stairs because I didn't realize what I'd put my legs through. Oh my goodness sakes. It was a full workout. I didn't sweat or anything, but holy crow, my muscles worked. Like, they worked. So more on the vibration plate. More on the vibration plate later. My mental mind. So I've been going through a gamut. So I've been through a gamut of diagnosis attempts. Ultimately, I think I'm what I call bipolar 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, whatever. I'm not quite bipolar, but the medication helps. I have strong anxiety and a mean, tricky depression that can sneak up without notice. Now, I understand that's not exactly what bipolar was. And again, but there's mental conditions can just vary from person to person. And I guess I'm trying to find one diagnosis. One thing that covers everything that I have. And I haven't found it yet. So, yeah. I have strong anxiety and mean depression that can sneak up without notice. This time it took a therapist to point out. So yeah, my psychiatrist knew I was depressed. And I kind of waved it off. No, you're depressed. No, I'm not. And then my therapist is like, yeah, you're depressed. You're depressed. And I had to think about it a little bit more. But yeah, it turns out I was probably depressed the entire time. It just, it took me a mindful step. I had to take a mindful step back. And then I was able to discount everything that I was using to try to explain away my productivity, right? Like, I wasn't writing, I wasn't editing, I wasn't putting videos out there. So I was trying to explain away my lack of productivity. And because, you know, before when I was depressed, I was used to that, like, the sink in the couch feeling, you know? Like, when you're just like, ugh, and you just don't want to wake up. And yeah, no, my anxiety totally overrules any sink in the bed feeling I can ever get. Like, I pop out of bed like toast. So yeah, I guess now I have like a functioning depression. Is that what I've advanced to? It's like the kind that tricks you into thinking you're a piece of crap. But I'm not. And I'm back, baby. So reading. Okay, we're going to move on to reading because I've been reading. And the best part of my life right now, it's really not the newest. It's the reading. But it's like I can read. Like, I can focus and read. I've read, I wanted to say, like 3 or 4 books lately. But I'm not reading what I want to read, though. I'm reading what my mind is choosing to read. And it's a few guilty pleasures, okay? What I want to read At First Sight by Sharon Michalove. I want to read The Family. It's the new Jenna Bush Hager Book of the Month Club book. There's a lot of books out there. But currently, I'm reading Peril by Bob Woodward and Robert Costa. That's my guilty pleasure, is political memoirs and tell-alls. And yeah, so I'm succumbing to guilty pleasures of political and memoir drama. Now, it isn't all bad, the memoir, by the way, because I did read Fear and Rage, and it's not all a negative light, because I do feel one way very strongly, but I'm always open to the complete story. And honestly, I gotta say, I enjoyed reading this because there are a lot of things that make sense now. I understand alternative facts and what she, like, not that I agreed with it all. I think people needed to anyways, I understand things like alternative facts, and I understand why things changed. And, you know, reading about this is just very fascinating to me. So let's call it a guilty pleasure, whatever. It got me back into reading. And I have Peril, and there's 1 or 2 more political dramas I want to read. I want to read a couple from Joe Biden's family inside. And And yeah, so, and I kind of like the presidential memoir. So honestly, I'll probably start reading the Bush's memoirs, George Bush. I think I'll start with Herbert Walker first, though. No, maybe W. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. All right, so my next challenge, and I kind of tickled at this at the beginning. My next challenge, did I say something about this? I said something about, anyways, my next challenge, it's going to be a composition book challenge. So, because I know I'm not a perfect person, and I know that you need to be a perfect person. My next challenge will be a 31-day, 28-page challenge. Okay? I'll be creating a page a day in my composition notebook planner. Okay? And I have enough pages left, right? So in December, I want to do 28 pages. And December has 31, so I get to miss 3, right? All right, that's fun. I can do this. I don't think I can go with 31 spreads, although I do have enough to do 31 spreads. I'm just going to do 31 pages in my composition notebook planner. Okay. Right now I'm figuring out what the page is going to look like. I want the typical to include like a weather and like my meal, my window and what I ate in the window, and then how I feel and notes. And I am convinced that I'm going to start out 2022 knowing exactly how food plays a part in how I feel and how the weather and the food. And I think like I'm excited. I'm a nerd, but that's okay because I love me. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's challenge number 2. I'm not going to take a video every day. I won't do it. I can't. That's a lot of work, guys. I might do some catch-ups. And one of my ideas for 2022 is to post on the 15th of the month. So, life is lived the 15th to the 15th. So Tuesday to Tuesday, 15th to the 15th. That's when life is lived here in the bungalow. That's the working plan. And since very few of you have probably watched 21 minutes and 20 seconds of me, very few of you are going to know that. So, no secrets are getting out there. Hey, so that's it. Like, that's everything I wanted to catch up everybody on. And once again, thank you. I thank you for, Mary. I love you. And I'm accepting awards right now, but there are some people who have brought me out from the, and just thinking that Cheryl's out there thinking about me, probably. And just a few other people who I know. Just a few, there's not like hundreds. I'm probably thinking of maybe 4 on one level, and then there's probably another 6 who are like, hey, it doesn't matter. I just want to say thank you, because depression and it's just been a struggle, and thank you. And subscribe. Like this video. That'd be awesome. And if you are a viewer and not a subscriber, become a scriber and just like the video. Or I don't know where you like it. Anyways, I'm going to put a link in my description below about the whole Mayo Clinic dumping syndrome thing. And I'm also going to put a description below on the vibrating plate machine thing that I used this morning. I do get a little commission, eventually. Not at all, probably right now at all. But I did start an Amazon affiliate, so, because you got to have one of those. No, thanks for watching. Thanks for being there, and I'll see you sooner than later. I'm not going away. I might be gone. I might be quiet, but I'm not going away. I think this is helping me. And if anything, I'll probably, if I don't get viewers, and this is gonna be my personal journal. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Until we see each other again.